Hey everybody, it's Rob Nazarian with Talk Android, and we've got Android Auto, and I've got Michael here to tell us about it.
Cool, so we've already plugged in the phone. There's nothing on the phone screen now.
It plugs in just via USB, right?
Yep, it's just USB connection, and now everything you see on the car screen is running from the phone. You can see right now there's an activity bar across the bottom with all your common activities while driving. We have navigation, communications, the overview, which is the screen we're on now, media, and car apps. That's for things like roadside assistant apps that your car company may make. So right now we have some cards, some suggestions personalized for you based on the content on the phone. You can tap on a suggestion, go over to play music. So this is the Google Music app, optimized for the car. You've got your standard functions. We can like songs, we can skip tracks. All of our apps have this consistent menu drawer that provides really easy access to all of the content. We can control the volume for hardware buttons on the steering wheel. And media is a great place to see our third-party apps as well. So I can tap this, and here's a selection of all of the third-party apps that have already integrated. So we can check out, say, Spotify. Spotify have customized this menu with their own icons, their own content. I can pick a playlist.
And this is using data from your phone, correct?
Yeah, this is the Spotify app that you've downloaded from the Play Store, signed in with your own Spotify account.
And you need maybe an Android Auto app on your phone to communicate?
This will be distributed as part of Play Services.
Yeah,
so
Play Services, okay.
There's nothing more to do, basically,
cool.
When this is launched, it'll just work. Cool. I can show you the phone app.
Yep.
So we've got speed dial options here. We've got a dial pad should you need it. You can find your call history, missed calls. You'll see again the same consistent look and feel. There's a microphone here, although you can use the hardware button on the steering wheel. There's a menu drawer. Make a call. I won't actually call Andy, but no problem. And of course, last but not least, you're driving, you probably want to get somewhere. We've optimized Google Maps to work with Android Auto. So this is a familiar look and feel of Google Maps, although these are, even the map we've actually optimized. There's a little bit less information there, larger text, making it a bit easier to read while driving. Again, we have a menu bar from which you can get your suggestions on the phone. It's a little slow to load because of the flaky Wi-Fi in here, flaky cell connections, categorical searches, search for nearby restaurants, see if any of these load at least.
Tough Wi-Fi. Now on the main screen you had like the Google Now cards. Okay. How do you scroll through those?
So with all of these things we have scroll up and down buttons or swipes.
Okay, you can swipe too.
And these are designed so you can do it without taking your eyes off the road. It'll move a consistent amount at a time.
It'll move automatically, you mean?
I can swipe at any amount. This isn't a very long list.
No.
It might be easier to see this behavior in maps, for example. But basically I can flick it and it'll just scroll one page like that. I don't have to be looking at it as I scroll around, and I hopefully won't get lost. I can show you some voice commands. So
sure.
Let's see if we can use voice to navigate. Navigate to Alamo Square.
Head for 4th Street Northeast on Minna Street. In 600 feet. Use any lane.
So this is the familiar maps turn-by-turn navigation. It's restyled to fit this screen. You've got lane guidance and your upcoming turn instruction. You can pick alternate routes. You can see there's another route with the same ETA. And this is obviously just simulating a drive, but when you're actually out on the road, we get the superior sensors from the car.
We're driving.
Yeah.
That guy's got to get out of the road.
Yeah. and I'll see if I can show you. Let's say you're in another app. You know, let's say you come in and you're playing with your music or something. If we're still navigating over in Maps, and when it's time for your next turn, Maps will actually come down with a heads-up notification to say, you know, like turn right in 300 meters. So let me just play with Spotify, and hopefully that will come up in a couple of minutes. Yeah, so when we're driving on the road, we get the GPS from your car, we get wheel speed and compass from the car, and this actually helps make for more accurate navigation. We don't normally have a velocity sensor in the car, so with this integration, if you're in a tunnel, there we go, there's the Maps notification. This is really handy if you're in a phone call and you know you can't even hear it, but you can get this notification.
Really nice. Now the biggest problem, you know what the biggest problem with all this is? I just bought a car like a year ago, so now what am I going to do?
It is a problem. It's a common
you can't
problem.
just like plug this in your existing car. Right, that's the biggest problem.
So there are some aftermarket manufacturers on the list of people you saw in the slide in the keynote and that will appear on the website. No one has anything to announce right now.
Hopefully. Either that or I'm going to be buying a car.
Does this only work with Android phones, or would it work with multi-platforms?
Right now, this is just Android phones. Yeah.
Well, since it's called Android Auto.
Yeah.
Right. That said, you know, we're always looking to expand.
What's the button on the bottom right?
This one?
Like a speedometer.
Yeah, so this is where the car apps will live. Right now, these are just mock-ups. We don't actually have any real car apps, but these are examples of what might come here. The roadside assistance app.
And there's another pop-up.
Yep.
All right, well, this is fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
What else can I show you?